It is so easy these days to look up what's going on in the video game market on the internet. From trailers to reviews to previews to cheats and walkthrough. You can even watch a live stream of press conferences for the events like E3 and CES. Things were not that simple in the past, especially in the 80s and 90s. Back in the day, there was not any way to find out if the game is good or if the game sucked badly, or when you stuck in the game, you couldn't able to find the exit, or you are stuck on a puzzle, you needed to rely heavily on print media. And yes, I'm talking about the video game magazines. I still remember the first time I went to this market called Cody Garden, and it's near the famous Boulder Market, and I had my eyes on this beauty. Electronic Gaming Monthly, issue 34, for the month May 1992. Now, mind you, before that, I used to look up at the pan wrappers and the snack wrappers, chana chor garam, or I used to look down on the street to find paper from any video game magazines or the posters. So just like a simple glimpse or a news for any video game related stuff would be a sheer source of happiness for me in the past. My name is Gogloo. You're watching the Retro Games with Gogloo. And yeah, I'll say my name twice because I'm a Hideo Kojima fan. So suck it. Let's start the video. Gogloo! So this issue was my first video game magazine ever, and I still have this day, the issue number 34 for the month of May 1992. Now this market, Cody Garden, used to sell older magazines, like 4 to 6 months older, and they have like a lot of magazines like Popular Mechanics, Scientific American, or the different categories as well. So we used to get it for 10 to 15 rupees, which is equivalent to 60 cents back in the days. Now, if you want to buy the same month, you can still buy that from Karachi, and it would cost you around 400 rupees. And it's only available in one place in Karachi. There is a supermarket called Aga Supermarket in Clifton, which still exists to this day. Now, 400 rupees is equivalent to 16 US dollar, while the original price for the magazine is $4.95. You can see here. And I'm talking about 1992, where the dollar is equivalent to 25 Pakistani rupees. Yeah, kids, we used to have dollar for 25 rupees. Now, by the time this video gonna release, I believe the dollar would be touching 300 or even more than that. There were a few video game magazines that I used to buy, like Game Pro, Nintendo Power, Video Games and Computer Entertainment, and my second favorite is Die Hard Game Fan, but we'll only review this beauty in this episode. Now, although Electronic Gaming Monthly is my go-to magazine, but they were a little biased. They give more opportunity to Nintendo and Super Nintendo, and they don't give enough score to Sega, Genesis, and Sega CD and 32X. This is what I felt because I was a Sega boy back in the days. So this was my issue with them. But again, this was my go-to magazine. And I still have approximately from issue number 34 to issue number, I believe, 160 or 70 without any gap, like in the sequence. So I just grab all these from the old stores. And I was super devoted, so I can't miss any of them in between. Now, we will discuss other magazines as well. Hopefully, we'll make a part 2 of this episode, and we'll go from there. So let's see what's inside. All right, so let's review this one. You can see it's May 1992. The price is $4.95, and a Canadian is $5.95, and you can see issue number 34. So it says EGM takes on the first look of JVC Wonder Mega System. Okay, all right. Let's see what we have on the first page. Okay, ad. We have Ultra Golf for Game Boy. And then we have, he's a new world champion. Wow. Okay. Ads everywhere. Okay, so this is MC Kids for, I believe it's for Nintendo. Then we can see we have here Afterburner 3. We have Bong. And look at this. Wonder Mega. Okay, let's go forward. Oh wow, look at that. $10 off, $7 off with the coupon. And look at this. The Miracle piano for Nintendo. Are going for a fortune these days. Now the insert coin. Now these are their editorial. So Steve Harris, I believe, was the editor in chief. Then we have Ed Samrat, and then we have the list of the people. So Steve Harris is the one who actually founded Electronic Gaming Monthly. So they have insert coin. So is the industry ready for it? Okay, so they're talking about CDs. So, like a Mega CD was $380 back in the days, which is approximately like $900 if we talk about today's money, which is extremely, extremely expensive. And you can see we have another ad, like usually it's, and then we have 2 pages of ad with this NHL hockey, okay. And then it's an interface, it's a letter to the editor. So sometimes all the readers, they just send a letter to the editor, and then they were like, sometimes they put their frustration, like why this and why that's happening, and what are the updates, what's going on in their local communities. So that is what about the letter to the editor. And then we have another ad, Super Adventure Island. What a game it was. Beautiful. Oh wow, look at that ad. Final Fantasy 2 for Super Nintendo. I remember I drew this somewhere. And then we have continues from editor, letter to the editor. See, the Wonder Mega went on sale on April 1st, 1992. So it was like released in Japan when this magazine was out. Look at this. Super Magicom Transfer NES cartridge to computer disk. Can you believe this? I still have something like that. It's called Game Doctor, and I'll show you in a moment. There you go. It's not in the greatest condition, but it can be attached with your Super Nintendo or Super Famicom, and then you can convert your games into a floppy disk. Isn't that cool? It's never officially released in the name of Game Doctor SF, like Super Famicom 6. This is the 6th version that I have. Anyway, so we have here Super Off-Road Double Dragon. These are the 2 ballistic ski. Look at this one, the Warriors of Rome 2. I still have this cartridge. Amazing. Now, remember I was telling you about Consumer Electronics Show? Now, this is how we used to get our information back in the days, like one picture or a little bit information that what's going on, what are the games that they have been shown in that event. So you can see all these companies, Activision, Accolade is the one who made Bubsy. And so yeah, that was our live stream for events like CES or E3. So yeah, you guys are lucky. Technology. All right, so another ad, PGA Tour. So this is Review Crew. Now EGM, they just rate the games based on their playability and the graphics and the replay values. Now they have like 4 editors who just give the rating out of 10. Now Steve, Ed, and Martin, they pretty much same every month, but the Sushi X, like you can see, it's a pseudo name, so anyone can replace this guy, and they just give chances to the young editors so they can test the game and give their rating according to their experience. So, and then we have a little synopsis of the game, that it's a shooter game. It's available now. How many levels? What are the megabits? The megabits is the talk of the town back in the day. So it's 8 megabit. Now, Super Scope 6 got 5, 3, 5, 6. Rocktier, another stupid game. 4, 6, 5, 6. Okay. Now we have Spanky Squist. It was not the bad game, to be honest. I really like this game. They got like average score, 6, 7, 6, 7. I believe there was a game of the month. Oh, there you go. So they do have a game of the month in the beginning. So this one is a Return of the Joker. I don't see their rating for some reason. Maybe they added it next time. So Spanky Quest and then Might and Magic for Nintendo. Like I said, they start from Super Nintendo and then Nintendo. This is where you can see they have like a soft corner for Nintendo, or maybe they just paid them. I don't know. Then we have Nintendo. We have Blues Brother. Look at this one, this ad. Pretty awesome. Super Nintendo Arcana. I don't think I have this game. Yeah. Cool. Now we have Sega Genesis. Now Lemmings, I got like a really good score, 7877. Now this one, I like this game. Ernest Evans. It was a difficult game. It was a different kind of game, you know. I think it deserves a little bit more than that. Now D&D Warriors of Eternal Sun, they are not on the same page. Two of the editor give 4, two of the editor give 7, you know. I would call it 7676. Anyway, Jordan versus Bert. I have like a really nice memory with this game. There was my first ever sports or a basketball game that I bought on Sega Genesis or Sega Mega Drive back in the days, and I really enjoyed it. It was like a one-on-one kind of game, and it's 76777. Not bad. Now we have Game Boy, Star Saver. Then we have Top Gun, Impossible to Land game, and again then we have the TurboGrafx ad. That console I never saw in Pakistan. There was a one store in Moon Market. It's called Fahad Electronics, I believe. They used to have games, but I never saw any console, any TurboGrafx in Pakistan ever. Again, like used to be the console, the TurboGrafx. But they have a really good game. I believe it was the first 16-bit console that released in the market. Yep, there you go. Batman: Return of the Joker. They got 8876. And then we have Sega Game Gear, Outrun Europa, and then we have Atari Lynx, Hydra. Look at this ad, Empire Strike Back. Oh boy, this game is hard as hell. Okay, now what is this? It says Electronic Gaming Monthly, Electronics Arts Sports Network present. Okay, so these are all the sports game, not the old sport, but this is the ad, and they utilize the half of the page. And what are the reviews that they have in the game? They just like put here like a small snapshot that these are the game they already reviewed here, you know, like Empire Strike Backs for Nintendo and Firehawk. So yeah, and then Rocketeer. Okay, I love that. It's called Gaming Gossip. It has like a lot of news from the market, from gossips to rumors, from leak information. And it was a Quarterman. Again, it's a pseudo name. And then this was my favorite part, you know, like it has a lot of information. Then I used to get the information and I used to talk with my friends and flags that, hey, I have a knowledge. Some ads are good, but look at this ad. Like, look at this guy. Ooh, I have a controller. I have like the best controller in the world. Stupid. Oh, look at this one. Desert Strike. It was a great game. There you go. This is the talk of the town, Wonder Mega. It was released in Japan, and I believe Wonder Mega was their title, like a mascot, and was a stupid game, to be honest. Koi, okay, that's Wonder Mega. Oops, that's Wonder Mega. Oh, Wonder Dog. Sorry, it's the mascot for JVC. I do have a JVC console, but that's not Wonder Mega. I have a JVC I. It's right there. It's plugged. Otherwise, I would show you. It can play Genesis games and it can play Sega CD game as well. It doesn't play 32X games. The Paperboy, like everyone play that game. Tengen. Oh, so this is the Tengen hit. So Paperboy, Pit Fighter, RBI, and Dragon's Fury. What a game it was! It was a great pinball game. I think I still have this complete in box. I have both the part. They have Dragon Fury and there was another part. I forgot the name. Maybe I'll just put that on the screen later. And that was the past issue. Now this issue I got that, but I got this one first. That's why we are starting from here. But this April issue I got it after 2-3 months. But I have that issue as well. Now they have all the, you know, being a member and blah, blah, blah. And look at this ad. And boy, what a game it was. Rolling Thunder 2 and Rolling Thunder 3. And before Namco became Namco Bandai, like even before Namco, it was called Namcot, and then it became Namco, and then it became Namco Bandai. So it was like way, way back in the days. Okay, now this is the international outlook. So the game released in Japan, because they always game release in Japan first, and in North America they release in like a little bit late. But luckily we used to live in Pakistan, and in Pakistan we have games from China, from Hong Kong. There used to be a lot of carriers, KPIs. They just take out the games from Singapore and Hong Kong these days, because Hong Kong, you guys will be shocked to know this, that Japan, I'm not sure about Japan, but Hong Kong used to give us visas on arrival. Now you cannot even get the visit visa for Hong Kong, but back in the days we used to get that on arrival. That was the privilege for the Pakistani people, but not anymore. Anyway, I love this game. I still have that. It's right there in my Super Nintendo collection. I don't have with the box and everything, but I still have that. This is a great game, XLA. And Adventure Island 3. Boy, this game is going for a very, very, very high price. And we have I never heard of this game, Zardian. Wow, maybe it's never released. I don't know. Maybe it did. Please put me on the comment. Put if you have played this game. I never played this one. Sexy Parodius. That was a great, great shooter. And look at that. Look at the bosses. Oh my God, they are like completely unorthodox kind of bosses in this one. And I remember this was the first fighting game that released in Sega Mega Drive or Sega Genesis. Some say Soldier Sports or Slaughter Sports. Some say Fighting Master, but this was the first that I used to play. And my cousin in Hyderabad, he used to play this game a lot. And he used to take like a biting plant, and he's called Poda, Poda. I'll take Poda and I'll kill you. It was like a weird game. It was good. It should get a master, like a remaster, or they need to because the characters were really, really good. Okay, then we have Gargoyle's Quest, Macross. Oh, look at the ad, the Relish ad, the half page. Wow. Afterburner 3. It was a good game, but not as good as Afterburner 2. Then we have Ultimate Football, released in Super Famicom. Battle Blaze, that was a good game. I have that copy. Twinkle Tail, and I actually traded this copy, and this game is now going for around $700. And I traded for some stupid stuff, and I'm why I did that. I used to have a copy of this game, Twinkle Tail. It was a good shooter as well. Now look at that. If you want to order the games, you can order it, because back in the days they don't have like the specific date for the video games. So you need to call the retailers like Electronic Boutique or Gametronics or any other store. Like in Pakistan, I used to call Digital Electronics in Bahadurabad. I believe you guys know these two brothers, Amin and Anis. So I used to call them, hey, do you have Streets of Rage 2? I never bought from them because the price were really high. I used to buy from another shopkeeper, but I always called them and bothered them about the game release and stuff. So yeah. Now, EGM, they also released another magazine called Mega Play. It's entirely for the video games coverage for Sega, like a Sega Mega Drive, Sega Genesis, Sega Mega CD, Sega CD, Game Gear, Master System. So it's all about that. I have few issues for this magazine as well. Now look at this one. Gradius. And this is, look at this, Die Hard. So Die Hard Game Fan before it was a magazine, there was like a section in Electronic Gaming Monthly. You can see it says Die Hard. So then it become the different magazine. It's called Die Hard Game Fan. So they have like a layout like this. It's a similar to this layout. They have like a lot of things and a lot of information, because usually they give you a lot of information from Japan. So that's why I love that magazine. Okay, now Tricks of the Trade. This is my second best section. I loved it because it has like a lot of cheats and codes for the games, and I used to do that, and I used to flex out. Like they have a Super Smash TV, so you can get like life and continue increase. This is Legend of Mystical Ninja, Joe and Mac, Hidden Levels. Snow Brothers, Invincibility. Wow. SimCity, more maps. Gold School, another ad. Another Smash TV tricks. Rolling Thunder, all the passwords. Look at the passwords. Like, and you don't need to write that. There are actually a pre-fixed in this. A private isotope desired the target. That is like a to go to the different levels. You know, level number 7, 8, 9, 10. And Bakio here, what a game it was, and it's going for a fortune these days. And these are the Game Genie codes. If you don't remember, Game Genie, there was a device you can attach with your cartridges and you can play and you can put the codes and you can make game easy. I never used Game Genie in my life. I still have that, Mega Man 2. Look at this ad. Oh my God, he's playing game in the dark. Whoa, in his backyard. They are camping in a backyard and he's playing the games. The Game Boy. Oh, what a shitty product. Okay, so the Parasol Star is actually in Pakistan we know this game as Rainbow Island, I believe. Anyway, now look at this. Oh, how do I put all these games in my pocket? Wow, look at him. He's so cool. He's so hip. Another ad. So this is the Leading Edge. America Arc Amusement Machine Association. Like for Japan, they have JAMA. In America, they have AAMA. And look at this. Super Sidekick Soccer. Oh, no, it's not. It's Subu Cup Soccer. It looks like Super Sidekick Soccer. Anyway, Chuck Rock, and there was another sequel called Son of Chuck. And then they have Action Replay. I have Action Replay with me as well. And then they have like a contest. Another ad, Genesis Star Odyssey. Next wave is the review of the games, you know. So the EGM exclusive Return of Double Dragon. That's why hence the title. So they have like a detailed review of the game, like what you're gonna do, what are how many levels, how you do that, or sometimes they just show the entire level so you know where to go. Now, I like this ad. Here's the one way to take Sonic the Hedgehog wherever you go. I believe the next page would be a Game Gear ad, and I knew it. Look at that. So, and then they have a review of Super Soccer Champ. It was a good game, not bad to be honest. And then we have World Trophy. It was a stupid, shitty game. Muhammad Ali Knockout Boxing. It was a good game as well for Sega Genesis. And look at this Game Gear. I wish they have like this crisp screen, you know. But they were pathetic. Now, Barcelona 1992, Double Dragon for Game Gear. Spanky's Quest. Culture Brain lineup. There was a company, they used to make really, really good games. You know, not all games were good, but they were okay. Okay, so now you can actually talk to the Electronic Gaming Weekly, and then you can call them, and it's $1 per minute, and said, hey, if you know anything about video games and stuff, so they have like a lines there as well. And now it's a review section, so they have Rival Turf. It's another beat 'em up game. It was not that bad. It was a good game. And then they have Super Battle Tank. They don't know the number of levels, and it's going to be released in the month of May. So it's the same time. But the magazine usually comes like a month before. This will be released in June. So it's like a preview. It's not a review. It's a preview. My bad. Okay. And then we have this Chips and Bits Genesis from Sega TurboGrafx. So they are selling the game in a really, really good price. Look at that, you know. Sega role-playing game. Wow. I wish I can go back in time and buy all these. Okay. Stanley Extra Inning. Sony Image Soft. That was become Sony Computer Entertainment later on. Smart Ball. Kid Chameleon. It was a good Genesis game. I really, really like that game. Firehawk. It's another good shooter. Splatterhouse, there you go. That was a great game. You know, like if you haven't played this one, I would highly recommend to play this. And they have Splatterhouse 3. Splatterhouse 3 is more like a beat 'em up, like a Final Fight beat 'em up. But this was like a platform type game. This I would like to say. Now, Sega was like huge in sports. So they are always ahead of Super Nintendo, especially in sports. So they have released this first Sports Talk Baseball. They have like a commentary in that. It's called Sports Talk Baseball, and actually the game was really, really good. Cybercop. Okay. When you race with the duel, it's advisable to carry a spare. Okay, you will shit in your pant. Wow. Kadash, Bong, Panic Cyborg. Now what is this? I don't know. I don't have that. I never seen this. A dot matrix console. It's $69.95. Nobody wants to buy that. Now there's a PC Engine Parodius. Again, look at these. The Uncle Sam wearing the hat. Like actually a bald eagle wearing Uncle Sam's hat. And look at all the bosses, you know. It's different. Now they do have a Neo Geo section. Mutation Nation. That was also a good game. And then in the end we have Game Boy. And Atari Lynx. And this is the Index and Game Gear in the end. And the Super Play is like a last minute. They have updated this. This game is 100% completed. Will available in June. They don't have any dates. So whenever they have like a really, really good game, they're just want to add in the end. They just put that in the last pages. So this is the whole. Now this is like the marketplace where you can buy games, you can sell. They are not only buying the games, but like selling the game, but they're buying as well. So for example, if you have, let's say Whip Rush for Sega Genesis, you can buy for $24.95. And if you want to sell it, you can sell it for $12. You can see that here. So yeah, wow. And then again, add. Look at this. This guy got this Neo Geo console. Neo Geo was like $600 back in the days. And the game over is where they will show you the last boss and the ending of the game. So they just show like Castlevania 4, which is pretty awesome. It was like a great Castlevania. And that's about it. So this was the magazine, my first ever encounter with the video game magazine. I hope you enjoyed this video. Before that, I'll just show you one more magazine, and it's this one. I remember there was one guy who was actually visiting from US to Pakistan, and he was in Sadr, and he had this magazine in his hand, and me and my brother who said, and we were actually in the month of March 1993, and he had this magazine for April. I said, like, how in the world he can get like he's like a time traveler or something. Then I knew that the magazine usually release a month prior. So this magazine's this issue changed my life because, and I'll tell you why. Because my friends used to have Super Nintendo, and they always tease me that, hey, you don't have Street Fighter, and Street Fighter was back in the day. It was like a big deal. So look at this news. Because it was way before the Street Fighter release. I believe Street Fighter released in September. But this news made me believe that the Street Fighter will be released in Sega Genesis and Mega Drive. So this issue is a very, very, like, hold like a special place in my heart. So this is today's episode. I hope you like it. If you like the video, please share it, subscribe my channel, and hit the like button. So whenever you hit the like button, you know, like the YouTube, they will just put that on the feed for all these people who like retro games and stuff. So yeah. Also, please put in the comment what kind of video you want me to like make it the next time, or what do you want me to review. Till then, take care of yourself, and till we meet again.